Hi, and welcome back to Scholarship Champions. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about 10 myths that international students have about scholarships and applications to scholarships. So let's get to it. Myth number 1. Students think that you need to have a higher GPA, a high percentage of grades in your previous studies so that you can apply for scholarships. Well, that's not true. I mean, that's true in some cases, but not in all cases. It depends on the type of scholarship that you're applying for. If it's a merit-based scholarship, then yes, it is true. You need a high grade, a higher GPA. But if you don't, if the scholarship you're applying for is not merit-based, it might be needs-based, it might be fields-based, it might be based on some type, based of your, race, or it can be only for females. So there are many other factors or many other types of scholarships that you just need to explore and think and know about, so that you then decide. So you're assured that you don't need a higher GPA to get that. One more note on that is that the other, even if it's a merit-based scholarship and you think you don't have a really high grade, if the scholarship hasn't stated in the application guidelines or in the eligibility requirements that they need that specific mark or grade or GPA, then it depends on all the other factors to come together. For example, if you are strong in your extracurricular activities, or you might be very strong in your English language, or in your writing capacities, your writing skills, or your leadership skills, then they may come together and contribute to make your application even stronger. So even in these cases, in merit-based scholarships, you just need to make sure that they don't need specific GPA. For example, if they want 4 out of 4, they might need 3.5 or 80 and above, or 90 and above on a percentage GPA. Myth number 2. Students think that you need to be involved in many extracurricular activities or in community-based involvements. You need to have a lot of involvements to win a scholarship. Well, that's not true as well, because again, scholarships are, the factors all come together. They to your success. You might not have good involvement with the community, or you might not have participated in a lot of extracurricular activities, but you might have a good grade, or you may have a good English language, or you may have, or any other languages for that matter, or you may have a good leadership capacity that you have shown in other areas of your life. So that's not true as well. So it's another, it depends on other factors that come together in your application for the scholarship. The other myth in applying for scholarship is that students think you need to be good in writing. There are scholarships that does not actually take into consideration any form of writing. I mean, they some other forms of writing, but not essay writing and all that. And sometimes these scholarships require you to answer some sort of essays. Is just because they need to know who you are, not because how quality or how good is your quality of writing. So that's not in all cases or in all types of scholarships. You just need to know whether that scholarship really depends in its assessment criteria, or depends on the quality of your writing or not. Or the other way to go around this is to make your other skills stronger or more appealing in your applications, so that you just make up for the writing as well. There are also scholarships that that depend heavily on your capacity with community-based involvement with extracurricular activities. That in that way they can assess your other skills when you just tell them about it in your application. Students think you should apply for any scholarship you find. No, you should apply for any scholarship you are eligible for. You cannot waste your time and effort on things that you're sure it doesn't include you or you're not eligible for. So make sure you are eligible for that scholarship so you don't waste your time and energy on its application process, because everybody knows that scholarships take a lot of time and a lot of energy and a lot of thinking processes, a lot of other considerations you need to make ahead of time. So don't just apply for any scholarships you find. Make sure you know you are eligible for them, then apply for them. Myth number 5. Students think that many people apply for the same scholarship, he or she doesn't have a chance to win. That's not true. Not in many cases, because scholarship judging committees, they don't judge based on the number of applications. They judge based on the quality of the application. So instead of you being worried about the many people apply for the scholarship and you may not get a chance, it's not like democracy by numbers. It's based on the quality of your application. So instead of worrying about that, you worry about the quality of your application. Make sure your application is as strong or stronger than many of other your rivals' applications. Myth number 6. There are many people whose applications are stronger than mine, hence I don't have any chances to win. Well, that's not true as well, because you don't know how many individuals that scholarship is funding for that particular degree or in that particular category. So you just need to make sure you are trying your best to be one of the competing ones, or you just need to make sure that your application, your time and energy is spent on the quality of your application, the quality of your writing, your essays, your answers to the questions, the whole application in its language, manners, in its true sense of it, like whether they are factual or not, being realistic and all that. That is what will contribute to the quality of your application and possibly winning it. So if you just worry about how strong other people's applications might be, you might just fall into that trap and you just might not win it. But if you think that it's not based on how good people look or talk or present themselves, it's rather based on how they can really actually describe and present their own selves in the application, and make sure you are one of them. And that way you can be among those people who win the scholarship, hopefully. Myth number 7. Students think, or some people think, that they need to be in academia to apply for scholarships. They need to be in university or in schools and all that, or academia in general, to apply for scholarship. Not true, because there are many scholarships who are industry-based scholarships. You just need to go and find whether that scholarship includes you or not. Don't just make decisions based on what you think you know. You need to go there, find out what type of scholarships are there that you can apply for. There are many scholarships that they do not include only people in academia. They include anybody who's eligible for it. And there are scholarships that are for minority. There are scholarships that are for low-income people, for a group of people oppressed or displaced. Or there are scholarships for needs-based people. So these scholarships, you just need to find them and apply for them. They may not, as you might think, exclude you, but because you're not in academia. Myth number 8. I am too old to apply for a scholarship. Well, that's not true. This is a myth. And let me tell you why. It is true that there are scholarships that limit the age, like the Al Ghurair scholarship. But most of the scholarships that I know about, they don't restrict you because of your age. They might have a limitation between certain ages, but you could fall into that category. So you're not too old to apply for a scholarship. Actually, you might just be the right person because you are so qualified, so strong in your application or in your skills. So you might just win it. So go there, explore about these types of scholarships, and make sure that it includes you, and then apply. Myth number 9. Only low-income students or low-income people win scholarships. No, there are scholarships that are merit-based. It doesn't matter if you are poor or rich, as long as you are capable, you are able to show them that you are who they are looking for. Maybe they look for leaders or potential business people in the future. You just might be that person. So it depends on the type of scholarship. If it's a merit scholarship, then for sure it's not a low-income scholarship. It includes everybody who is capable to win the scholarship. Last but not least, students think that scholarships don't worth the effort. Not true. Not true at all. I have personally, I have scholarships. In my PhD and my MA were all fully funded, and I have enjoyed my life as a student just because of that. It's just amazing that you just don't need to worry about your financial life, and you focus solely on your studies, and these will help you a lot. And I can assure you that they're worth the effort. Not many people can get that or get there to just be fully funded and not worry about any other financial issues in their lives except for their academic life. And it's a quite amazing return to you when you just get that. So in my opinion, it worth any type of scholarship, be it fully funded or partially funded, they worth the effort, because it's going to deduce a lot of load on your shoulders and you can just rest and focus on your studies. These were the 10 myths that international students have about scholarships, and I hope I was of help to help debunk these myths for you guys. Thank you so much, and see you next week.